Welcome back everyone. You might be running into a situation where for some reason you keep getting this little pop-up, and I got this pop-up all the time on specific iPhones that I had, and I'll go into more detail in a second. But basically what this is that you'll basically get a little pop-up on your display that says unable to activate Touch ID, or it'll say Touch ID not activated, things like that. It just usually says unable to activate Touch ID. Now before we go and talk about how to fix this, let's talk about why this happens even in the beginning with. So basically what happens is that your home button that is attached to your phone, such as, if you have an iPhone 6, that home button that is on the front is attached to that logic board. Now this is very important because if you switch out the logic board or if you switch out the home button, it might not necessarily work fully because the home button is connected to the logic port. Now with the phones like the 5S, 6, 6S, whatever, phones below the 6S and 6S Plus, you won't really run into too many issues. The only problem is that with Touch ID, you'll still be able to use the home button. You can still use it to click on and everything, but you just won't be able to go and actually activate that Touch ID because the fingerprint sensor is basically tied to that logic board. So basically what happened was that the logic board in that specific phone was replaced, or that home button was replaced, or maybe the whole entire screen was replaced, which is probably the most prominent thing, and they didn't keep that same home button within it. Now because they didn't do that, Touch ID is just not functional on that phone. It's totally okay, it's still usable, but the reason you're getting this is because that home button is not matched up with that logic board within the phone. So everything still works except that Touch ID. Now with phones that are above the iPhone 6S, such as the iPhone 7, 7 Plus 8, even the SE 2020, phones like that, if you replace the screen on those phones, and if you don't keep the same home button, not only will Touch ID not work, but also the home button clicking action will not work either. I have an iPhone 7, the white one that's like this, and I don't even have the fingerprint sensor doesn't work on it, the home button doesn't work. I have to use assistive touch every time, which is okay. I don't really care. I don't use that as a main phone, but even when I do comparisons, it's kind of annoying. So really the only way to fix this specific issue, it sucks to say, is to find that specific home button or find that logic port and replace them back. There's really nothing else you can do. And I hate to say it, but Apple, this is what they do. It's just such an unnecessary thing. If you have a cracked screen, if you have whatever, it's probably best to go to Apple to get it fixed. They'll retain that home button, and you can still use that home button while you use your device without, if you go to a third party, sometimes they might, switch out the home buttons. They might do something else. It's totally up to them. But in my opinion, it's probably best to go to Apple for a specific screen repair for these. And the same exact thing happens with Face ID as well. Face ID is tied to the logic board. So if you replace it, it's not going to necessarily work, one-on-one. So again, another humongous thing to keep in mind. So the only way to fix this, like I said, is to find the specific logic board and home button and, make sure they're compatible and switch them on. If they're not able to switch on it like that, then there's nothing else we can really do about it. So that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. So it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my main channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys would check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.